Hey, what's up, guys? This is the Adrift Comic, and normally we would have another episode on the migrant server, but the server is closed and need to be restarted, and we're still waiting for the server lords to restart the server. But until then, we have to wait for the other episode to be made. Um, so I really did something on some pieces on this episode. For instance, we made a little barn to have our crops and all, but we still have to. I can't show it really right now because it's not finished. The surrounding, the terraforming around it is not yet complete. I was going to do that, but since yesterday, the server is closed. So that's why I'm doing this now. I'm doing this a little bit off the topic. I wanna show you the previous season of Geek Galaxy, tell you a little bit more about our server, um, because this month or in December we're gonna restart Geek Galaxy. It's another season. It's already the fourth season in the server of this group of people. Some people have joined in a couple of seasons. Some people hooked off, but we've been there since season one, and that started in 1.16 or 1.15. It's the one before the Nether update. Sorry, I didn't really know the updated versions by number, but yeah. And I thought will be a good place to start here in the living room. And once again, I don't know if you can hear it in the microphone, but you hear some little baby noises. This is my daughter, who's almost 5 months, who you can hear on the background. She's talking to herself. So why don't we get started and see what we built in the previous season and why we stopped building over there and joined the Minecraft server. So here we are at the Geek Galaxy Season 3 in this meeting room over here. And let me start with a little tour. So this is the spawn area where we all start with a little bit of a nether portal and some free stuff that other geeks left out for newcomers who joined the server. Here we have a list of all the players that joined in the season, and was my head. I used to have another skin at the beginning of the season, and I made it the blue one because I started to making an Imperial Base, and this represents of Grand Admiral Thrawn, who's a great Imperial character of the Star Wars series. Here we have a little gaming setup where you could challenge for some capture the flag or something, and over here, but I'll take a little flight to have better look. We have a shopping district. The only shop I made was this with the wood over here. But I never got any sales because the moment I made the shop, everybody already left the server. So yeah, it was not really great. Now we're going to the Nether. Don't know. Did I have? Just such a long time I've been here. I never used the Nether so often. Don't think I had. But why don't I find my base It was over this direction, a couple hundred blocks. I'll fly there and I'll see you just in a minute. So we're back. Here was my little base area that I started. This is my first base, my starter base. It's like a little Imperial troop carrier uh, with some guns on the front. I really love the idea with the copper, with the lightning rods. I already made, trying to make some texture in it in the ground, and these are the two hangers, this one and this one. But as you see, it was clearly not finished. And here we have a little bit of a tower design, which I also really loved. So this was the base area over here, and we have a little creeper. I didn't do anything much. I terraformed this whole platform here. I made these two entrances. The caves already were there. That's the reason why I chose this place, because this looked so cool. And this was his floor design with the black stone. This was another. Let me sleep first. Here we go. Have some cooked pork chops. So I wanted to make a nice Star Wars Imperial Base over here. Um, but I didn't spend enough time here on the server because my wife is getting her second child. And I hope, yes, and he's gone. So as I was saying, my wife was getting our second child, so I had to get my, I did help her and bear this child, and yeah, took care of her as well. So I couldn't play as much on the server as I wanted to. But why don't we go downstairs and show you a little bit further, because nothing too much has gone. So I made this little slime block elevator based on a design I saw on Mumbo Jumbo's channel. Um, yeah, so these are the holes I made with here a little storage room. As I said, I didn't do too much. I tried to make the Imperial logo here on the ground. I thought it was coming out pretty well, but yeah, this was the storage room, and as you saw, not too much has been filled in. I started filling it all in, but yeah, because no one was left on the server, they all started to join another server. I started to join this as well. And one more thing before I show you this room, a cool thing I also did. Um, this was the button to start the slime block elevator, but you could also call him back from up there if you already started over here. So if you push the button again, it's coming back down. So I'm not really good redstoner, um, but I really loved it. How I made it, and I'm really proud of it. Although for some of you guys it may seem like just another Monday. So over here, oh, I have to be faster. This was a little work area where I have some of my farms made. This is a villager breeder. The design is completely from Barnyard Cannibal, another player on the server. He designed it for me. He helped me with the ID, and I'm stuck. No problem. Luckily, I have Silk Touch on my axe. This was the design. I can turn it off and on if I wanted to. I even had a pumpkin and melon farm over here that produced lots of pumpkins for trading, and I even have a potato and carrot farm over here. But for one reason that I don't know, there's a villager there, but he doesn't drop it over here, his carrots, while the thing is exactly the same on either side, and the potato farm does work. And here, if you go straight through, we have some villagers to trade from. I really love the idea of working with villagers. They had some really nice things, but I don't think next season I won't do it. They're easy to have some armor and weapons and tools, but it's a lot of time you need to spend in, and I don't really have the time for it. So if you go through this door, there's another door over here. There's also another door over here, but this was just to mine a little bit dirt from under here, because over here is the platform with all this the pathway blocks. And if you go up this ladder, we're here in the star base area. So as you see, I didn't do that much. I was going to do a lot more. I had some ideas in my head with like big corridors and um, like places where they have all the computers, control everything, control room as they might say. I used to slap the whole bottom. I like to do that in a build because we have a lot of option with slabs these days in different colors, but it also makes it spawn proof. That is pretty cool. So yeah, the reason, as I told you, as I told you a few minutes ago, I didn't play that much on the server because I had my daughter, and so sometimes I joined, but it was not always for that long. And I didn't see any names like you see over here is just mine on this on the tab. But the reason that I thought it wasn't like they were still playing because a lot of people are from America. I'm not from America. I'm from Europe, so we live on other time zones. So I thought it was more because of the time zone that we didn't see each other that much. But then I started building the shop. No one bought any wood, but what was the weird thing? Because no one was selling any wood, and mostly it's like a top product. And then I started seeing GC, a good friend of mine of the server here. He's also the server. He controls the server. Started playing on another server like the Minegrunts, and he told me that other people from Geek Galaxy joined also the Minegrunts. So I left this base over here and I joined the Minegrunts. And as you have seen in previous episodes of the Minegrunt server, I built the slime tower, I built some railroads, and a little bit of terraforming, what I also loved. Um, but yeah, and if you didn't watch it, make sure you do. So this was the tour of the Geek Galaxy, and this month or next month, when the 1.18 update is coming out, we're gonna start a new season, and I hope this will be a little bit longer than the previous one. We're also gonna have some extra mods in it, like they use in Hermitcraft to talk to each other. So this will be cool to have a better community around each other, so we can talk to each other a lot. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little tour, and see you guys in a minute. The tour we had of the Geek Galaxy Season 3. I also wanted to give you a little tour of the Season 1 and 2, but I asked around. I didn't have the files with me. Some saves. I asked around with some other geeks of the servers who are there on season 1 and 2, but they didn't have them as well. The only thing I can tell you. What happened? Okay. The only thing I can tell you, in the first season we made a Dwarven Kingdom, um, who I thought were really cool. I always wanted to build one. I didn't get to finish it because once the Nether update came out, we changed from season because we wanted the new Nether, not the old one. And yeah, we started with the new season. And in season 2, we started to have some districts. A few other players joined, like Barn and Blind. Um, we started with a fantasy district to get a futuristic district, like they to have a more like an ID. And I started in a fantasy district, and I started to make an orc kingdom in the Mesa biome, what was also really fun. It was a whole other project the than the Dwarven Kingdom. A lot less mining in stone because I was pretty tired of it. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this tour, and I hope um, the server lord from the migrants opens the server pretty soon so I can finish this other video. In the meantime, I'll see you later. Goodbye, and don't forget to like, subscribe if you like the channel, and hit that bell icon. And there will also be a link in the description for my Twitter account, so you can follow me there. I'll post some pictures on there from the things I do and the progress I've made, some sneak peeks. So yeah, see you later. Bye.